this is Paul. You know, for every police department, sheriff's department, FBI, and all the oaths of office that said they would support and defend the laws of the individual states and the United States, the mandatory reporters, the civil rights coordinators, hmm you know, why don't we revisit that email that I sent as a pauper? Hmm. Now, it should be here. Hang on just a second. Mm. Um, as an individual that is homeless, that is not having his rights enforced, that is a pauper, that has had to have mental health evaluations for crimes that I had no involvement in. Hmm. What's this? Preventing mail fraud? Oh, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. Washington State Constitution. There's crime one. We talked about that a couple days ago. Oh, this is it right here. Oh. Now, civil rights coordinators in each and every school district. In the Curlew School District. Conway School District. Yes. Bellingham Schools. Bridgeport. Centralia. Chehalis and Cheney. And let's see here, Glenwood School District. Davenport School District. You know, this idea that you can be sued for any knowledge of Medicare or Medicaid fraud. Now, I'll probably email you, the actual, the videos. And then you'll do something stupid. Really stupid. You'll say, oh, we don't know. Now, let's see here. I want Marilyn to reside with me. And I'm wanting to have Mike Van Proyen prosecuted for being complicit in and conspiring to deprive me of the honest services of mental health evaluations. And then conspiring to defraud Medicare and Medicaid of the honest need for mental health evaluations. Mike. Now, Mike can get a few more years in prison for the false and fictitious name and address on warrants for my arrest. Now, obviously, if you put homeless there instead of 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, you had left my height and my weight the way that it was on my driver's license. It would have been given to the police department where I've resided in Port Angeles, Washington, and they would have been obligated to give me notice of court hearings. I would have been at the arraignment there in Jefferson County on the 21st of August. There wouldn't have been a need to issue a warrant for my arrest. Oh. Because the police and the sheriff's departments, they do know who I am. How else would a homeless person get notice of court hearings unless they gave it to them? Now, false personation, we talked about this a little bit. And then any citizen, Oh, the issuance of any court order without any of the protections of a law, is a crime. Watch the videos, read the email, then return custody of my sons to me. That was taken, the actual custody was taken from me without any jurisdiction or the enforcement of any laws. I want custody enforced, not just the enforcement of my custody of my sons, but I want enforced what is known as custody. It's a legal construct. It is. It's one thing to say that you have custody of your children. It's another thing to say that you have your custody enforced. But your children might not be with you at the time of your custody being enforced. You do have custody of them, but it's the enforcement of custody. That's what I was wanting then. Now, Marilyn would like to have custody of my sons. This is something that I want her to have. And I would have custody of her kids. Now, Mike would say that you don't have to enforce her rights. No. The Sequim Police Department, right now, Clallam County, can all be prosecuted for Medicaid and Medicare fraud and abuse. because of fabricated evidence and the unnecessary use of Medicaid and Medicare paid for mental health programs. Now, why don't you have them contact me right now, just like I said back then? Now, the Texas Attorney General and the other Attorney Generals that have Medicaid in their individual states, I'm kind of concerned about you. Yes. See, Medicaid is a state-funded insurance. Yes, it is. Well, somehow the taxation has to pay for it, and every time we have one of these reversible health or mental insurance needs, yes, I have the right to sue all the attorney generals. Sure does. Now, what expenses may be covered with the Crime Victims Compensation Program benefits? Yes, my reasonable and necessary medical expenses. Right. I have broken teeth. Yes. I'd like to have them replaced. Yes. And that's going to require oral surgery. Oh. Now, funeral. I have no plans for any funeral, but it'd be nice to have it paid for if it did happen. Yes, it would. Now, travel exceeding 20 miles one way for participation and attendance at funeral services. Yes. Medical appointments and criminal justice appointments. Yes. Let's say I'm living, anywhere in the world. Yes. Probably around the equator. Yes. Somewhere in the middle of the Pacific, 13 to 15,000 miles away. Yes. I would get my travel paid for, yes, if it's more than 20 miles away. That means all my airfare for myself, my sons, Marilyn and her kids, and the other individuals that are traveling with me will be charged to each and every state where I sue you for all Medicaid and Medicare frauds and abuses. Now, it could run into the millions of dollars, yes, just paying for the travel necessary to America.